What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to part 9 of our Pokemon Dreamstone Mysteries walkthrough. In the previous video, we battled our rival Kohla, we found the Ranger Institute and started our mission to become a full-fledged ranger. And in today's video, we are going to try and explore Paluca City. It seems like there is a Q Squad member blocking us from heading west. So we'll have to see how to unlock that. But Paluca City is quite a cool little town. It's made up of 2 or 3 little islands connected by a bridge. In one of my previous videos when we were in the sewers, I did tell you guys to catch a quillfish there. And that is vitally important because, as you can see, we found the Q Squad hideout there, but we can't enter it yet. And in order to enter it, you actually need a quillfish, because the Q Squad all have quillfish. They are the quillfish gang. So if you didn't go and catch a quillfish in the sewers, definitely go back and catch one. And now we're exploring the second little island of Paluca, and we're catching up with the mayor. And he's actually asking us for help to try get the Q Squad out of the city. It seems the Q Squad is taking over the town and causing havoc. So we agreed to help the mayor and try get them to leave. Now we're just exploring the Paluca game corner. You do need a coin case here in order to play some of the games. And inside the game corner, there is actually a battle. You can take on one of the trainers. She's got a Feebas, which is a really cool Pokemon. We got gifted one earlier on in the game. It does evolve into Milotic, which is an amazing dragon-type Pokemon. We defeated Feebas, and now she has sent out a level 29 Dugtrio, but Bayleaf made light work out of that. This trainer's final Pokemon is also Bayleaf, so we've sent in Tranquil to try and knock it out. Flying-type attacks are usually quite effective against grass, and that was a fairly easy battle. And our Bayleaf is finally evolving. We just evolved into a Meganium. So that's so cool. We've finally reached the last evolution. Our Bayleaf is going to be way stronger now that it's evolved. Meganium's going to be an absolute powerhouse on our team. It's already helped us a lot throughout the game. But now we're going to continue exploring this little section of the town, and it looks like we have found the diner. Here there's a guy willing to trade a Toxel for a Houndour, and I did catch a Toxel also in the sewers. I did mention in the sewers that you can trade Toxel down the line, so this is actually where you can do it. And here you can buy apple pie, which we need to complete one of the previous side quests. There was a fisherman asking for some apple pie, and this chef says he needs the item Never Melt Ice. So we have started another little side quest. I believe you can buy the Never Melt Ice item when you go up the cable car to that base camp area, I think. But we'll definitely go and complete that little side quest. But for now, let's try and give this man his apple pie. We'll complete one task at a time. And as a reward, he's given us a trolling rod, which we also rarely need, because we need to catch the Pokemon Toadstool, which you can only catch using that rod, but we will catch that a bit later on in the game. And now we're coming back to the Q Squad hideout, and you've got to have quillfish in your party and show him that you have a quillfish in order to be let in. So we've done that. I've added a quillfish, which I caught in the sewers. And we tell him that we're a member, and we show him our quillfish, so he allows us in. And when we enter, there's a whole bunch of Q Squad grunts, and it looks like we have found their leader here. I don't know if he's going to believe that we're a new member, but he says, funny enough, there are no new members, so he knows we are imposters. And right away, we have a few battles on our hands. It's pretty funny that you only need a quillfish to enter their hideout, and it's pretty strange that they chose quillfish to base their gang on. That's pretty interesting. But we're battling some of the Q squad grunts now, and hopefully we can take on the boss afterwards. You do want to make sure that your team is completely healed before coming in and taking on this little mission, because you do have to defeat 2 cool squad grunts and then the big boss afterwards. So we've just defeated the first grunt, and now we are taking on the second grunt. The grunts are fairly easy, to be fair. They aren't a challenge at all, but they can weaken some of your Pokemon. And the boss is a lot stronger than the grunts. But my team is pretty strong. I'm quite confident that we'll be able to get through this battle. We have revived Tranquil in order to knock out the second grunt, and Tranquil has been an absolute weapon. Finally, Tranquil is also evolving. It's just evolved into an Unpheasant, so that's just given our team a massive boost as well. We've got Unpheasant and Meganium in today's episodes, which is an absolute boost to our team. And now we're taking on the final boss, whose first Pokemon was Laren. We also sent out Laren, so it was a Laren versus Laren battle. But of course, our shiny one took the W. The next Pokemon he sends out is Dhelmise, which is a ghost and grass type Pokemon. And this is a tricky one because it can heal all the time. You've got to try and defeat this thing as quickly as possible. So we've sent out Meganium to cause some damage. And it did cause some damage, but unfortunately got knocked out. Unpheasant came and finished it off. And now the final Pokemon is Overquill, the evolution of Quillfish. And Unpheasant has caused some serious damage, but it did get knocked out. Next up, we sent out Litwick, and I'm hoping Litwick can finish it off. Overquill is a dark and poison type, so you might think it is a water type, but it's not. And we defeat Overquill and get the W, so that's a huge, massive win for us. And now all of a sudden there's been an absolute crazy disaster where everything is flooded and the whole town is out on the bridge. The mayor asks us for help. We've got to try and rescue 4 citizens. Apparently they're stuck in the water. And a woman, Jania, comes and gives us the HM Surf just for this mission alone. And with this mission, you've only got a certain amount of time to try and rescue all 4. So I think you have like a limited number of steps. But you can rescue all 4 of them quite easily if you know where they are. It did take me 2 or 3 attempts just to locate everyone before coming and completing it. I ran out of time on my first attempt, but there we've done it. I've shown you where all the stuck people were in the water, and it's that easy once you know where they are. We have helped the mayor and we have defeated the Q Squad boss. So it looks like we have done everything that we can in order to help Paluca City. And we've just received a Mega Ring, so we can finally use some Mega Evolutions if you have the Mega Evolution Stone. Now, apparently we can try and take on the gym leader, but the gym is out there in the middle of the water, and we only had Surf for that little mission. We don't have Surf anymore. So I take it we have to come and complete a couple side quests and perhaps make our way to the next town, and we'll come back and take on that gym leader as soon as we have Surf. Now I am coming to trade our Toxel for Houndour. I do like Houndour. It reminds me of one of my old dogs that I used to have. I used to have a Rottweiler dog, so Houndour really reminds me of him. And I want to add a strong fire type Pokemon to our team. So I think we're going to add Houndour to our lineup. The only side quest we have left is the Never Melt Ice side quest. So I think we find that in the next city. I was mentioning it earlier, when you take a cable cart up to a snowy area. But we also just encountered a Furfrou level 28, which we haven't caught. So we've just added that to the collection. We picked up Burning Jealousy. I think that's a TM. And we're taking on a couple trainers while exploring this new route. We've just found a Boltund as well, which I want to try and catch. This is the first time seeing this Pokemon as well, and it's pretty cool. It's an awesome electric type Pokemon. We caught Voltund and added it to our collection. We picked up a couple berries. And I'm just trying to defeat all the trainers down here before we move on. Once you've defeated all of them, you can make your way to this Miro base camp. It's the cable car which takes you up to the next town. And in this town, you can find some really cool items as well as that never melt ice item which we need. It is costly though, so you got to have a bit of money to get it. And we've made it to the next town. We entered the first house and no one's here, just a Pokemon. As we enter the second house, Roo comes rushing out the door. I wasn't expecting him to see here. And now we chat to the guys inside the house, and this guy tells us that he can make us a Master Ball. But we've got to collect 3 items in order for him to make the ball. You need an apple pie, which we just found at the diner. You need a lava cookie, which I believe you find in that town near the Charizard. And then you need a mirror cone, which I believe you find in this town. Now we find the next gym, but there's a whole line of trainers. If you talk to them, you can battle each one, and then they run off to the Pokemon Center, opening a new space for you to go in and challenge the gym leader. Here we have found the Never Melt Ice item. It's 3,000 Pokemoney, and also the coin case, which is free. So make sure to get the coin case and the Never Melt Ice if you have the money. And here's the mirror cone, which you need for the Master Ball. So definitely come and pick up those items. There are some really cool items up here. I really like that they had the long line of trainers waiting to enter the gym and that you could battle each one to move forward in the queue. It's quite a cool little addition to the story. But now we're going to explore the graveyard and see what all there is to do here. There's some cool ghost Pokemon like Shuppet we've just encountered. So if you're looking for a cool ghost type Pokemon, now's your chance to do some hunting. And we have found Kohla here, so we're going to be battling Kohla again. We battle Kohla a lot in this game, but hopefully he's gotten a bit stronger. This first Pokemon he sent out was Scyther, but he just swapped in Gallade now, which is level 32. And it's Mega Evolved. He's got a Mega Gallade, which is an absolute weapon. Now that he can also use Mega Evolution, we might have to try and get a Mega Stone for one of our Pokemon. We send out Skarmory, and Skarmory finishes off Mega Gallade, but now he sends out Dewott, which is level 31. I'm surprised his Dewott hasn't evolved yet, but if we battle Kohla again, I think the next battle he'll definitely have a Samurott. We send out Meganium to try finish off Dewott, but he swaps in Scyther, the bug type. So Kohla is getting a lot more clever. He's trying to keep the type advantages by swapping his team around often. We swap in Gothorita, and Gothorita knocks out Scyther. So we've got this battle under control. As soon as he swaps out a Pokemon that's effective against ours, we swap ours too. Our Meganium knocked out Dewott, and Kohla's final Pokemon is Ceruledge, level 33. Luckily, we poisoned Ceruledge, so it's slowly going to lose HP. And we've also Leech Seeded it, so that's going to help a lot. It's really going to eat away at its HP. We send out Gothorita. Gothorita gets knocked out. Ceruledge takes some poison damage. We sent out Lairon, and Lairon heals a bit with Leech Seed. And I think Ceruledge is going to be knocked out in the next turn. So that's it. We have won the battle. Gumi was still alive. And Kohla was defeated yet again. We found another statue here that you can improve one of your Pokemon's EVs with a rare stone. I actually haven't used any of those rare stones at all in the game yet. I'll probably use that toward the end of the game. We just caught another really cool ghost type Pokemon, but that's it for the graveyard. We're going to heal up our team and end things off here. Thanks for watching.